Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Yeah, welcome back to the Kop TV with myself, AGT, the voice of football's most famous stand. Do you know what? Like, comment, subscribe. Please do it, because look what it's turned me into, an alcoholic. Drinking a lot. No, I'm only messing. Awful. The title here, the result doesn't surprise me. Now, let me explain that. I said, and you can go back on the watch along right now of myself, Robbie, and Speedo Mick. I said very, very early in the first minute, as soon as we gave that corner away, I don't know what it was, but in the first 15 seconds of this game, I knew we weren't going to win. And it sounds mental to say that, considering there's such a long time to go after you kind of go behind so early on in the game. But I just knew. Take the corner, 2 minutes later they score a goal, and then when that goes in, it was confirmed for me really that we just weren't going to have anything to counter it. I just couldn't see us scoring all night, and that wasn't necessarily to say that Everton defended so well. They did defend well, but it wasn't one of those performances where you walk away and go, oh, the defenders have won that game for Everton. I personally think it was the lack of creativeness, energy, direction, aggression. All of these words mixed together are very negative, and unfortunately, those are the words that I have to describe Liverpool with tonight. If we start off in goal, Alisson, I mean, again, some really nervy moments at the back with his feet. I don't know what's going on with him in terms of confidence, playing out from the back. He's normally that's what he's known for. Not there tonight. Trent, lucky not to get sent off, in my opinion. I did think it was a red card. As soon as I saw it, I thought, well, he's obviously denied Calvert-Lewin a huge opportunity there. So disappointing from him. The centre-backs, I mean, Henderson obviously went off after 20 minutes, which was hugely disappointing. No matter what position Henderson plays for Liverpool, we win more games when he's in the team as opposed to without him. So for us to lose him after 20 minutes, and you knew straight away it was bad. I mean, he tried to play on, but you knew it was bad. So obviously Klopp has now come out and said that it doesn't look good for Hendo. Things aren't looking positive for him. No quick return on the cards. And that was Henderson. Obviously went off, was replaced by Nat Phillips, who actually did okay, had a header at the back stick, won a lot of headers in the air. And this is why I think I might have been vindicated. I think we should have started him from the beginning and played Henderson in midfield. Who knows what would have happened if that happened? All ifs and buts. Next to him, Kabak, I have to say it. I am going to say it. Really not encouraged by his performances for Liverpool so far. 3 games, 3 yellow cards. Granted, his yellow card tonight was light. I think it was harsh, but didn't fill me with confidence at all. And that was set really from the first 15 seconds where he conceded that corner, which led to them getting more and more up the pitch and eventually scoring. So Kabak for me, poor tonight. I can't really give him more than a 5 or a 6. And then the left back Robertson, again, poor, didn't play well. You know, I don't want to go in on players who, don't play well, but Robertson has not been playing well for some time now. So again, hugely disappointing in the defensive line. Was again jolted. I think this is our 15th different partnership now at centre back, and you could see it was so clear that as soon as Nat Phillips came on, he didn't want to pass it to Kabak. There was no leadership there. There was no communication. No one was leading. And you could just tell it was obvious that this was a partnership that's never stepped on the field together. But that's not Nat Phillips' fault. I just think that we got the selection wrong from the start by starting Henderson in centre-back, when you obviously seen we have got centre-backs off the bench who can come on. And I think definitely tonight Nat Phillips should have started. Let's go into the midfield. Curtis Jones, poor game tonight. Rare that I say that about Curtis, because as you know, this game is so important to him as a Scouser, as a local lad, someone who scored in this game in the FA Cup last year. So disappointed not to see more of him tonight. He's very, very good, and I think tonight he was out fought and out battled by Tom Davies, who I actually think was Everton's man of the match, to be honest with you. Also in the midfield, we had Ginny, who was the captain when Henderson came off, but realistically, he was never gonna revolutionise our attack. I think again, we were just so slow, and there were so many times when him and Thiago just gave the ball away in an easy pass. I know, listen, it was windy. There was some jokes being had on the live watch along where I was using the wind as an excuse, but everything just didn't go to plan tonight. And the simple passes that we make and have been making look easy for the last 2 or 3 years, we made them look so difficult tonight. Thiago especially, let's get on to him. I hate to say it, guys, but this is the first time where I can say Thiago is not performing for Liverpool. I was sticking up for him quite a lot, to be honest, in his early stages. I know he was injured for 3 months, and that was obviously difficult. But since he's come back in, I've expected more. And listen, it's difficult when he's not playing in his natural position. I think when you see Henderson come back in to the midfield, you might see Thiago maybe play a little bit higher and play out of his skin. We're yet to see that, though, from Thiago. 27 million for Bayern Munich. Listen, I'm not for 1 minute saying that Thiago isn't a good player. We all know that he's unbelievable, but I would like to see some, assists. I'd like to see a goal soon, just because I think realistically, Thiago needs to do something quite soon. Let's get on to the attack. Mane, awful today. Didn't press as much as he normally does, which has been a bit of an issue in the last month. He really has not found his form at all. So disappointing to see him again flop tonight. Firmino, some nice bits individually, but again, poor, not clinical enough. There was an opportunity for Firmino where he wasn't far from goal. Should have had the strike and never got it away. Salah, again, had a decent chance when Shaqiri played him in quite close. Why not just smack the ball at the keeper? We've seen Pickford make so many mistakes, both at Anfield, at Everton, for England. Why don't we just absolutely leather the ball at him as hard as we can? But no, we wanted to score the perfect goal tonight. And I genuinely think if we played for another half an hour, we still wouldn't have scored. Everton were okay, and they were very good defensively. But Liverpool just offered absolutely nothing. We just looked totally lost at the back. No communication, like I said, no leadership, and that leads to a result which we haven't seen in 22 years. Everton winning at Anfield, which I just knew that would happen today, to be honest with you. As soon as I knew I was coming on this watch along today, I thought this will be the one that we lose. Speedo Mick was obviously absolutely buzzing, and fair play to Everton. They tactically outfought us tonight, and I never thought I'd say that at Anfield, but they were way better than us. And I think it's difficult to admit that, but it definitely was the truth. Everton are lucky to have a manager like Carlo Ancelotti. I think when you look at their performances in the last kind of 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years, you would have thought, well, maybe Ancelotti has got higher ambitions, with all due respect, than joining Everton. But he's obviously doing the right things, it seems, as they move on level points with us. So very, very disappointing. I mean, Pickford tonight, an incredible save from that Henderson shot early on in the first half. He's kind of redeemed himself. He's got over his Anfield hoodoo. As we all know, he gave us that victory last season, and it's now a great night for him at Anfield. And I think there's some Twitter reaction here to Kabak, who said, what you're seeing from Kabak is why Liverpool and most Premier League teams are generally reluctant to bring in a centre-back from Europe mid-season to walk into the 11. Kabak having to undergo a crash course PL integration process when ideally you want a slow, relaxed introduction. But then on the other hand, you could say, well, Ruben Diaz was thrown right into it and he's been brilliant. Luca Dean has tweeted that a lion with blue eyes. Everton obviously really enjoying this tonight. James Rodriguez, apparently the first Everton player to assist a goal home and away against Liverpool in the same Premier League season. All these stats are coming right out from absolutely nowhere, by the way. because it's been such a long time since Everton had a positive result at Anfield. But they have today, and you have to give it to them. Liverpool 0, Everton 2. And it pains me to say it again. We've seen Minamino score today for Chelsea, a lovely little finish. That's 2 goals in 3 games for him at Southampton. He's really confident. I'm seeing him slide on his knees right now. That's the type of player we need. Danny Ings joining him. You know, we got rid of Brewster. We kept Origi. Did we make the right decision? Let us know. Jurgen Klopp, in his press conference just after, has confirmed, though, that the boys are still full of desire after he was questioned about the attitude of his players after tasting defeat once again at Anfield. And it's really, really getting to me now. This whole Anfield has gone from a fortress to a Wendy house, to be honest. We're really, really not playing well at home. And it's kind of got to the stage now where if an away team scores at Anfield, you kind of know that they're going to win. And I never thought I'd say that last season when we came behind so many times to win games. This season, it seems that as soon as the away team scores at Anfield, we're going to lose the game. Klopp has also said we conceded a completely unnecessary first goal, and that's a big part of the game. Everton, like I said in the last fan cam, have taken to Instagram and put videos up of their celebrations from the dressing room, and Liverpool will be hurting from that. Thiago, a little stat about him. Since joining Liverpool, 14 games, 0 goals and 0 assists, but apparently 484 thumbs up, obviously not made by a Liverpool fan. But the thought of Liverpool in the Europa League next season is making me sick, to be honest with you. I'd rather finish 9th. I don't want Europa League. And it's got to the point now where we're really, really going to be battling to make that top 4. And it's depressing, to be honest with you. After being such a great place in the last 2 or 3 years, to now lose 4 games in a row is just something that I never thought I'd say. Listen, we go again next week. We have Sheffield United away, which is going to be definitely a tough game. They know how we play now, but Everton have totally deserved it tonight, and I can't fault them. It's all on us. We were poor, no direction, no leadership, and we're desperately missing our big names. But yeah, we've been humbled tonight. Everton have won for the first time since 1999. And tonight you guarantee that their blue half of Merseyside will be partying like it's 1999. Please remember to like, give us a little comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, another disappointing performance, but we'll see you next week for more of the same on the Kop TV. Well, hopefully something different, because I'm fed up of losing. But take care and try not to lose sleep tonight. It's only a game. But at the same time, it's disappointing. Liverpool 0, Everton 2.